I'm Salad and I Saw a Beautiful Mind. It is directed by Ron Howard, written by Kiva Goldsman, and if you haven't seen this movie, I will spoil it for you. This is requested by Patreon. If you like the fast track movie review, you can do that at patreon.com/ASEPresents. On with the review. First of all, no exposure to this movie. I was just like, oh, it's a beautiful mind. What is this going to be about? Okay, we're following Adam Nash, and I didn't know he was a real person until like midway through the movie, and then like all the dates started showing up, and I'm like, oh, he's a real dude. Honestly, my previous exposure to Adam Nash is an Adam Nash joke, and that's about it. And I didn't get the joke when that joke was spoken to me. I don't know, I've heard Adam Nash's name a lot. I just never really knew who he was until this the movie. You know, after watching this movie, I'm like an expert on Adam Nash. Okay, we have freaking Adam Nash. He goes to Princeton. He goes, oh, I'm gonna be big math man over here. And I really like the perspective of the movie. The movie is, oh man, I like how we established that Adam Nash is an unreliable narrator at maybe a third of the way through the movie. Like, he's confronted by some freaking government dudes. Hey, you're the best code uncoder man. Come on, come work for us. You know, he's been thinking that he's been working for the whatever government building he works for. I don't remember the ones that do the uncoding. Is that the CIA? Central Intelligence Agency? Federal Bureau of Investigation. It has to be the CIA, right? That seems about right. Anyway, Adam Nash. Adam Nash, he's such a cool guy, okay? He's like, oh, this is all real. And I thought this was all real. I thought everybody was like gaslighting him when he's like, oh, nothing is real. That guy isn't real. And like, before the movie showed me that it was actually not real, I was like, it has to be real. So I felt the same emotions as freaking Adam Nash in this movie. Everything that I thought of wasn't true. He's like even like in the hospital searching for the freaking injection in his wrist, and it wasn't there. Oh boy. So he gets medicated, but he's not able to do his math wizard skills. As you do, if you take medication, it doesn't fix anything. It just buries it, and then you just are dead. Pretty much a zombie. I mean, my previous exposure to medications is like briefly. I took I think it was like Vyvanse and Ritalin for ADHD when I was like 18. I remember I was pretty focused, but my creative brain wasn't on. Like, I wasn't thinking of weird creative things. So now I just kind of am very scattershot about my attention span. Probably clearly see that, but I observe everything. I don't feel like I'm dead to the world. So there's that. And freaking Adam Nash, he has to learn to live without his medication. He has to learn. It's like a diet of the mind. I really like his coping mechanism, especially showing towards later in his years, where he's doing a bunch of math. Oh, I'm big old math. He goes to a friend. He's like, hey, I'm gonna be an issue. I think this guy is real. This guy keeps trying to recruit me into solving government mysteries that are classified. And then, man, I like his wife. This wife is underrated. She's the unspoken hero. She stayed with him. She stayed with him the entire time by his side. In this movie, I don't know what it was like in real life, but holy dang, she stayed with him. And then even when it got hot, he's like, no, she wasn't no, I'm not gonna deal with the schizophrenic. I'm just gonna leave him in the hospital, leave him to die or suffer, or I guess not suffer because his brain is off. I'm not sure what they do in hospitals. But, she didn't decide to do that. She was instead, you know what? Well, Adam Nash, I'm gonna stay by his side, and I gotta go back to the diet of the mind thing. I really like that a lot. Freaking Adam Nash, he'd be like, yeah, I still experience hallucinations, but I choose not to acknowledge them. And whenever there's new people that come up to him, he's like, are you real? He goes to he asks another person, hey, is this person real? She's like, yeah, she's real. I'm I wonder how many times he's asked that before. Like, that guy really did look like the hallucination that he has. Oh boy. Adam Nash, man. What a big brain math man. He has all the math knowledge, and he's just done a bunch of math. He throw all the math out there, and wow, good economy now. We improved our economy based on his maths. Yeah. Heck yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I really like A Beautiful Mind. It made me have like a really big think. It made me think about like schizophrenia differently. So before coming into this movie, I knew it was a degenerative disease. That's what all doctors say. Oh, it can't get better. It's degenerative. It's a degenerative. Wow, words aren't my specialty. It's a degenerative disease. That's mean you're gonna be no good. You're not gonna do any good, okay? When you're freaking older, you're gonna be bad. You're gonna be terrible, okay? Freaking Adam Nash be like, screw doctors. I don't need medication. The schizophrenia, the hallucinations, the delusions. Is it delusion or hallucination? Isn't it delusion if you believe something that isn't real? And a hallucination is you see something that isn't real. So this guy experiences a lot of hallucinations, some delusions. And this guy, man, be like, yeah, I have a big, strong mental mind. I can create visual pictures in my mind. I look at a thing and I'm like, ooh, I can see a bunch of numbers and symbols and I decode it. And I think that's pretty cool. Hey, you gotta think that the ones that advance society are often the craziest. I love it. Either advance in the good way or a bad way. Crazy. And he had like a good social support system too, which I appreciate. Wah. Anyway, so this movie is pretty much like a linear timeline from like the beginning of his college life, being in like grad school, whatever. He thinks he has a roommate. I thought he had a roommate. He doesn't have a roommate. And then to like the end, where he's like literally teaching classes, being professor. He's being given a Nobel Peace Prize for how cool that he is. All the maths that he's discovered, all the maths that he's put together. I'm no math. I don't get it. I also think math is an art form, but it is not an art form in which I am very well versed in. It's a different type of art form. It's a logical art form. It's I don't know.
The area that you're dealing with, mathematics, is very specific, and it is an art form, no matter what these people around here will tell you.
This is a very enjoyable movie. Made me think big twice about everything. It makes me think, oh boy, I should be even crazier. Vroom. So anyway, I really like this movie. I like a lot of the shots. Oh man, honestly, I should have been paying more attention to the shots. I was mostly focused on the story for this one, but I do remember, from what I remember, it was pretty visually pleasing. I liked it. It was good. I liked it a lot. I like this movie. And it's kind of like more of a pastel, but you know, I like it. I like it a lot. So I gotta give this movie like a solid, it's like an 8.2 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one. YouTube really likes that. If you want a fast track movie review, you can do that at $20 Dino's. Patreon.com/ASEPresents. And if you'd like to help support the daily grind instead of all them daily movie reviews, go to this link tree from the way you can help support the daily grind of all them daily movie reviews. So go here. And until next time, inside, I'll see you later, my sour croutons, big bits.